Hello, welcome back to Jack and Wealth, and this is your host Jackson. Today we'll be talking about post-amalgamated Nigeria. Let's go. Nigeria, a country amalgamated in 1914 by British colonial authorities, gained independence in 1960. Amid high hope of becoming a beacon of progress and economic prosperity in Africa. However, the country's journey from independence to the present day has been marred by political corruption, economic instability, a devastating civil war, and the lingering effects of neocolonialism. Since independence, political corruption has been one of Nigeria's most significant challenges, contributing heavily to its economic downfall. Early Nigerian post-independence era, the country's political elite became involved with fierce power struggle, often along ethnic and regional lines. The 1960s saw the country governed by regional power. The northern region dominated by the Hausa Fulani, the western region dominated by the Yorubas, and the eastern region dominated by the Igbos. Corruption became entrenched as political leaders diverted public funds to themselves and their supporters. This set the stage for military coup in the year 1966, which marked the beginning of a long period of military rule. During military regime, corruption worsened due to the lack of accountability, which made leaders amass wealth due to their control of national resources. The transition to civil rule in 1999 did not end corruption. Successive democratic governments have struggled to tackle the entrenched system of graft, with political leaders often engaging in rent-seeking behavior, awarding contracts to political allies and mismanaging funds. This chronic mismanagement has further crippled Nigerian economy, leading to widespread poverty and underdevelopment, resulting in economic instability. The neglect of agriculture, once a major export sector, and widespread corruption prevented the investment in infrastructure, education, and industrial development, consequently leading to the country's economy and living standard to drop. The Civil War of 1967 to 1970, or a Biafran War, was a pivotal war fueled by ethnic, political, and economic tension, especially between the Igbo southeast and the Hausa Fulani north, following the 1966 military coup led by the Igbo officers. Counter-coup and ethnic violence erupted, leaving the Igbos feeling threatened in 1967. The Southeast declared independence as Biafra, sparking a 3 years brutal war. Between 1 to 3 million people, mostly civilians, died from starvation. The war ended in Biafra's defeat, but it left lasting scars, deepening ethnic division and distrust. Economically, southern region was devastated. Post-World War centralized and further marginalized certain regions. Oil, primarily located in the southeast, became a critical issue in national politics, heightening disputes in resource control. Neo-colonialism continues to reshape Nigeria's independence challenge, particularly through the influence of Western countries such as the United Kingdom and the United States. Despite gaining independence in 1960, Nigeria remains subject to external pressure, especially the global financial institutions, the IMF and the World Bank. In 1980, Nigeria adopted a Structural Adjustment Program (SAP), which led to an austerity measure that crippled the economy. The salary of public sector and social services was reduced, and the removal of subsidy led to widespread unemployment, inflation, and poverty. Additionally, multinational companies, including Shell and ExxonMobil, have maintained control over vast Nigeria's oil resources. These companies have been accused of exploiting the nation's wealth while significantly causing environmental damage, especially in the Niger Delta region. Since 1914 amalgamation, Nigeria has faced political corruption, economic mismanagement, and ethnic tensions exacerbated by neocolonialism. Despite vast oil resources, the country struggles with poverty and instability as external influences undermines its economic sovereignty. The Civil War aftermath and entrenched corruption in public and private sectors have further hindered progress. Neocolonialism forces continue to limit Nigeria's control over its political and economic affairs. To move forward, Nigeria must address its internal challenges and exert control over its resources, reducing reliance on foreign power and fostering sustainable development.